What if the most expensive thing in your grocery cart, fresh produce, could grow right here, on the counter you're standing next to, for about the price of one bag of salad? Maybe you're thinking three things. You don't have a yard, you don't have a green thumb, and you don't have money to throw at a hobby. None of it's true, not one bit. These are 12 vegetables you can grow on a countertop or a windowsill that feed you again and again and again. So easily you'll wonder why you ever paid $4 for a little box of greens. We're counting all 12 down, from pretty great to absolutely jaw-dropping. And wait until number 4. The one that cost me about 40 cents to grow sells for $6 at the store, and that my coworkers now genuinely line up for on Monday mornings. Stay to the end too. There's one free trick that turns every plant on this list into a never-ending harvest. Let's grow. Welcome to Nature's Nest TV. I'm so glad you found your way here. This little channel runs on one simple idea. You can grow real food and a little more self-reliance no matter how small your space or your budget. A windowsill is enough. A sunny corner is enough. You are enough. If that's the kind of life you're quietly building, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss the easy money-saving growing guides we share every week. Okay, let's get our hands dirty. Number 12. Garlic greens. Number 12. Garlic greens. We're starting gentle, but don't sleep on this one. You know those garlic cloves that sprout a little green shoot in the back of the drawer? Most people toss them. Here's the surprising part, that gone bad clove is free food trying to happen. The shoots taste like a soft blend of garlic and chive, and gourmet shops sell them for a small fortune. Here's how. Pop the sprouting cloves pointy side up into a jar with an inch of water or tuck them into a shallow pot of soil. Set them on the sill. In about a week, you've got green shoots several inches tall. Snip the greens, leave the clove, and it pushes out more. Cost reality? The cloves are already yours. The jar's free. Total, nothing. $0 for a fancy garnish you'd actually pay money for. Coming up at number 11, the vegetable you've been throwing in the trash your whole life. Number 11, celery regrown from the base. Number 11, celery regrown from the base. Next time you buy a bunch, don't bin that bottom inch. Here's what most people don't realize, that woody little stump is a living plant, and it wants to grow again. Here's how. Slice off the bottom 2 inches, sit it cut side up in a shallow dish with a little water, and park it on the windowsill. In days, tiny yellow leaves appear in the center. After a week, move it into a pot of soil to keep it going. Be honest with yourself though, you won't get giant supermarket stalks indoors. What you'll get is a steady supply of tender inner stalks and leaves, and celery leaves are a flavor bomb in soups, stocks, and salads. Design tip, 3 regrowing bases in matching jars look surprisingly chic on a sill. Free decor that feeds you. Cost reality? The scrap was free. Total, free again. Up next at number 10, from seed to plate in under a month. Number 10, radishes. Number 10, radishes, the fastest win in this whole video. If you've ever craved that instant "I grew that" rush, this is your plant. Here's the truth. Radishes go from a dry seed to a crisp, peppery root in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. Nothing indoors beats that. Here's how. Grab any container at least 4 to 6 inches deep. A recycled takeout tub with holes poked in the bottom is perfect. Fill it with potting mix, scatter seeds about an inch apart, cover lightly, water, and set it in your brightest window. Thin out the weak ones, and eat those thinnings too. Grow tip, keep the soil evenly moist. Let it dry out and the roots turn woody and harsh. Cost reality? A packet of a few hundred seeds, around $2. Container, free. Soil, pennies. Total, $2 for crunchy radishes all season versus 3 or 4 for one tired bunch at the store. Coming up at number 9, a peppery green so pricey in those little bags it almost feels like a luxury. Number 9, arugula. Number 9, arugula. Here's the thing about arugula, those bagged clamshells cost a fortune, wilt in 3 days, and yet the plant practically grows itself. That's a deal too. Good to leave on the shelf. Here's how. Sprinkle seeds across a wide, shallow pot, barely cover them, and water gently. In a sunny window, you'll see sprouts in days, and baby leaves to start snipping in 2 to 3 weeks. And here's the magic move. Don't yank the whole plant. Snip the outer leaves and leave the center growing. One sowing feeds you 4 weeks. Design tip: those lobed leaves spilling over a terracotta rim look like something from a boutique kitchen. Cost reality. Seeds, about $2. Pot and soil, recycled and pennies. Total, $2 for weeks of peppery greens you'd otherwise rebuy every few days. Up next at number 8, the sweet crunchy shoot fancy restaurants charge a premium to sprinkle on your plate. Number 8. Pea Shoots. Number 8. Pea Shoots. Walk into a fancy restaurant and you'll find delicate sweet pea tendrils perched on a dish like edible jewelry. Here's the surprising part. They come from cheap dried peas you can buy by the bag. Here's how. Soak whole dried peas, the kind sold for soup, overnight. Spread them thickly over an inch of soil in a shallow tray, barely cover, water, and keep them bright. In about 2 weeks, you've got a lush little jungle of shoots. Snip them at 4 to 6 inches tall, and many will push out a second cutting. They taste exactly like fresh sweet peas, crisp, green, a little candy sweet. Cost reality: a bag of dried peas, $1 or $2, and it'll plant trays for months. Soil, pennies. Total, pennies a tray for a gourmet garnish restaurant's treat as a luxury. Coming up at number 7, the bagged green you quit buying because the price doubled, except now you'll grow it for almost nothing. Number 7, baby spinach. Number 7, baby spinach. If one vegetable quietly became a luxury at checkout, it's a clamshell of organic baby spinach. Here's what most people don't realize. Spinach actually prefers the cooler, gentler light of a windowsill over the harsh summer sun. Here's how. Sow seeds across a wide pot, cover lightly, and keep them moist. A cool, bright window is ideal. Snip the outer leaves while they're young and tender. That's baby spinach, and let the center keep producing. Grow tip: harvest little and often. The more outer leaves you take, the harder the plant works to replace them. Design tip: a low, wide bowl of spinach makes a soft green centerpiece for the table. Nobody will believe it's dinner. Cost reality. Seeds, about $2. Bowl and soil, recycled and pennies. Total, $2 for a steady supply of the exact greens you've been overpaying for. Quick pause right here, because the next half is where this really gets good. Hey, quick pause just for a second. If you're already getting ideas, do me one small favor and smash that like button. It honestly helps this video reach more people who are sick of grocery prices and want to grow their own. And tell me down in the comments, which one are you trying first? I read every single one and I love seeing what you're planting. We've got 6 more to go, including a couple I think will surprise you. Keep watching. Number 6, baby Bok Choy. Number 6, baby Bok Choy. Here's an unexpected one. Most folks assume Bok Choy needs a big garden bed, but the baby compact varieties are made for containers and they're fast. Here's the surprising part. From seed to a tender little head takes only about a month, and you can grow several in a single window box. Here's how. Sow seeds in a pot about 6 inches deep. Thin them so each plant has room to form a head, and keep the soil consistently moist. Bright and cool makes them happy. Take the whole baby head, or just the outer leaves, and let the center keep going. Those crisp, juicy stalks are perfect in a quick stir-fry, and a bunch at the Asian grocery isn't getting any cheaper. Cost reality. Seeds, about $2. Window box and soil, recycled and pennies. Total, $2 for stir-fry greens on tap all season. Up next at number 5, a plant so pretty it doubles as decor, but every glossy little jewel on it is something you can eat. Number 5, hot peppers. Number 5, hot peppers. Now we're getting impressive. A compact chili plant on a sunny sill is 2 things at once. A gorgeous houseplant covered in glossy red, orange, and purple fruit, and a constant supply of fresh, fiery peppers. Here's the surprising part. Peppers are perennial. Treat one well indoors and it can keep producing for years, not just one season. Here's how. Start with a compact or ornamental variety in a pot about 8 inches wide and give it your sunniest spot. Peppers love light. If your window's a little dim, a cheap clip-on grow light makes all the difference. Design tip: a pepper plant in full fruit looks like something from a designer nursery. Put it where guests can see it, they'll think you splurged. Cost reality: a small starter plant, a few dollars, or grow from seed for pennies. A pot of soil, a couple dollars. Total: a few dollars for a living edible centerpiece that fruits for years. Coming up at number 4, the tiny crop I teased at the start. 40 cents to grow, $6 at the store, and the reason my coworkers now wait by my desk. Number 4, microgreens. Number 4, and here it is, the one I promised you. Microgreens. Those delicate, intensely flavored baby greens that fancy grocers sell in tiny plastic boxes for $5 or $6 a pop. Here's the part that still amazes me. You can grow a whole tray of them in 7 to 14 days for spare change. I started bringing little tubs of them to work. Within a month, my coworkers were genuinely lining up on Monday mornings asking for a bag. That's how good and how impressive these are. Here's how. Spread seeds thickly across an inch of soil in any shallow tray. Mist them, cover for a couple of days until they sprout, then uncover and put them in the light. When they're an inch or two tall with their first little leaves, snip the whole tray with scissors. Radish, broccoli, pea, sunflower, they all work. Grow tip: sow a fresh tray every few days, and you'll never run out. Cost reality: a scoop of seed, well under $1 a tray. Soil, pennies. Total, pennies a tray, for the exact thing you've been paying $6 for. Up next at number 3, a vegetable so generous it regrows from scraps, in a glass of water, basically forever. Number 3, green onions. Number 3, green onions, maybe the most satisfying free food on the planet. Here's the trick almost everyone's heard of, but too few actually do. Next time you use green onions, save the white root ends, that last inch with the little roots attached. Here's how. Stand those root ends up in a small glass with about an inch of water on the windowsill and change the water every couple of days. Within a day or two they start growing. Within a week you've got tall green tops to snip again. Pot them in soil and they'll keep going even longer and stronger. Here's the honest part. Water-grown ones get weaker after a few rounds, so move the keepers into soil. But that inch you were about to throw away, it just became a renewable crop. Design tip: a cluster of them in a clear glass looks like a fresh little bouquet on the sill. Cost reality: the scraps, free. The glass, free. Total: $0 forever from something headed for the bin. And now, number 2. The showstopper. The one that makes guests stop and say, "Wait, you grew tomatoes? In here?" Number 2. Dwarf cherry tomatoes. Number 2. Dwarf cherry tomatoes. This is the one nobody believes until they see it. Not a sprawling 6-foot vine. A tidy little plant, 8 to 12 inches tall, sitting on the counter dripping with sweet red cherry tomatoes. Here's the surprising part. Plant breeders created true micro-dwarf varieties. Look for names like Tiny Tim or Micro Tom that are bred specifically to thrive in a small pot on a sunny sill. Here's how. Plant one in a pot about 6 to 8 inches wide and give it your brightest window. Tomatoes are sun lovers, so if your light's weak, a small grow light pays for itself fast. Water when the top of the soil feels dry, and give the plant a gentle shake now and then to help the flowers set fruit. Design tip: one little tomato plant heavy with fruit is the single most impressive thing you can put on a windowsill. It looks like a tiny edible work of art. Cost reality: a packet of dwarf seeds, a couple of dollars, pot and soil, a few more. Total: a few dollars for vine-ripened cherry tomatoes in your kitchen, the kind that cost a small fortune by the pint. But we've saved the best for last. Number 1 isn't just a plant, it's the idea that ties this entire list together. Number 1, the endless salad bowl, capstone. And finally, number 1, the endless salad bowl. Here's why it earns the top spot. Everything we've covered, the greens, a few herbs you might tuck in, the microgreens, the green onions, comes together right here in one single container that feeds you a fresh salad every single day. This is loose leaf lettuce and mixed salad greens, grown the cut and come again way, and it's the most transformative idea in this whole video because it turns I grew a vegetable into I grow my own food. Here's how. Take your widest, shallow container. Scatter a mix of loose-leaf lettuce seeds, and if you like, tuck in a few of the earlier all-stars. A clump of green onions in one corner, a little arugula along the edge, a band of fast microgreens up front. Cover lightly, water, and set it in a bright window. Then comes the beautiful part. You never harvest the whole thing. Every evening you walk over and pick a handful of the outer leaves for dinner. By the time you've worked your way around the bowl, the first leaves have already grown back. It is, quite literally, a salad bar on your counter that refills itself. Cost reality. A packet or two of mixed seed, a few dollars. One white container, and soil, a few more. Total? Under $10 for a living salad bar that hands you fresh organic greens every night. Greens that would run you $50, $60 a month bagged up at the store. And here's what really matters. It doesn't just save you money. It changes something. You stop feeling at the mercy of the produce aisle, and you start feeling like you've got your own little source of abundance right there in your kitchen. Now, the free trick I promised at the very beginning, the one that turns every plant on this list into a never-ending harvest, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Here it is. Harvest from the outside in, and never pull up the whole plant. That's it. With your lettuce, your spinach, your arugula, your kale, anything leafy, you only ever take the outer leaves. You leave the small center leaves and the crown completely alone. Here's why it works, and it's pure plant biology. The plant grows from that central point. The outer leaves are the oldest. The plant's already finished with them, but the crown in the middle is the engine. Leave it untouched and the plant just keeps pushing out fresh leaves to replace what you took. Rip the whole thing out of the soil and you get one meal. Harvest gently from the edges and you get meals for weeks from the very same plant. There's a second half to this trick, just as free. Sow a little more often. A tiny pinch of new seed every week or two means a new plant is always coming up behind the one you're eating. You never hit empty. So here's your do-it-now homework. Look at any leafy plant you already have in your home right now, even a grocery store herb. Don't strip it bare. Take only the outer third and leave the heart of it to grow. That one habit is the invisible line between growing a vegetable once and growing food forever. So, there you have it. 12 vegetables that prove you don't need a backyard, you don't need a green thumb, and you don't need money to grow real, fresh food. You just need a windowsill and a little willingness to start. Think back over what we covered. From those free garlic greens sprouting in a jar, to the pea shoots that taste like candy, to that jaw-dropping little tomato plant on the counter, all the way to the endless salad bowl that refills itself every night. Every one of them is cheap, every one of them is doable, and every one of them puts a little more food and a little more independence in your hands. Now I want to hear from you. Which one are you starting with this week? Are you building the endless salad bowl, regrowing your green onions, or planting that first tray of microgreens? Tell me your plan in the comments. I read everyone, and I genuinely cheer you on. If you found this useful and you're not subscribed yet, now's the moment. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and join a whole community of people quietly growing more of their own food, no matter how small their space. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It means more than you know. Now go clear a little spot on that windowsill and grow something amazing. I'll see you in the next one.